Fat Freddy type, we really need some power there on the double team with the right end there. So your second best lineman. A right end there, don't worry about looking for a traditional receiver. This is a tight end, but he isn't going to catch many passes, so don't worry about him having great hands. What we're really looking for there is somebody that's aggressive, someone that can get off on that double team block, and someone that is relatively athletic. Quite often, he's our backup tailback. So if we got a backup tailback, fullback, blocking back, wingback, if these kids, the backups, are relatively athletic, we're going to find a spot for them somewhere here in the line. Quite often, our backup tailback is our first string right end. Just a quick deal on our play nomenclature. I don't think it's really important how plays are numbered, just as long as you can understand it, the kids can understand it. How we do it is this. The first player that, or the first number in our play is the player that's eventually going to be carrying the ball. This is our 1 back, our 2 back, our 3 back, and our 4 back. Okay? Since we're in an unbalanced formation, we have to start over here. We're just going to do, evens right, odds left. So this is our 0 hole. This is our 2 hole. This is our 4 hole. This is our 6 hole. This is the 8, all the way to the outside. Over here to the left, we're 1, 3, and 5. Of course, 7 would be all the way out there. So on a 16 power, if the 1 back's getting it, he's going through the 6 hole. So I don't think it's it's nothing new or revolutionary. Number the plays how you feel comfortable. This one has worked relatively well for us. What we do is when we call in a play, we don't call a formation. If we don't call a formation, then the kids know that this is what we're in. We're in the base set. If we're not in this base set, then we'll go ahead and call a formation. So if we're not in our base set, we would go ahead and call out the formation. So we would call out nasty 16 power. So we call out the formation, the play, and then if we add a tag to it, in other words, we've got a specific blocking tag, we'll add that at the end. So we'll say nasty 16 power tunnel. The extra tag would be at the very end. I'm going to talk very briefly about the cadence. A lot of coaches get really uptight about cadence, and they waste a lot of practice time on it and end up losing a lot of hair and getting gray hair out of cadence. And this is something that we really changed back in about 8 seasons ago when we first started running this, is we just went on the word go. And our cadence is this. Is our kids know it's either on or off. We're either going on go or we're not going at all. And rather than really have to worry about going on 2 or going on 3, where quite often that ends up in an offside penalty, we've really been very successful either running on go or running a no play, which we'll talk about here in a minute. In fact, in the last 8 seasons, my guess is we've only had maybe 3 procedure penalties.